Oh my goodness, this is a whole lot of goodness. Well, hi there, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Suzanne, and I'm really excited that you're here with me today. And for those of you who do know me, hi, and welcome back. Well, as you can see by everything that's in front of me, I'm going to do some juicing today. Now, I have done this in the past, and I love the taste of juiced fruit and vegetables. The problem that I had was the cleanup is massive. There's a lot of cleanup, and also I wasted a lot of the pulp. But then recently I decided I was going to start juicing again. I was inspired by another channel that I really need to do this, and I chosen to do this because my family is, I've got my 19-year-old son who's hardly ever home now, and my husband who works all this shift work, and to be honest, it affects the way you prepare your meals, it affects the way you eat. And so I thought I really need to do something to help supplement my diet. But I couldn't see myself eating so many vegetables all the time. I think the amount of vegetables and fruits that you need a day is just way out of my ability or desire to do. So I decided this time I was going to juice again. But what I did this time is I decided to do a little bit of research about the things that I'm going to put into my juice. So I'm going to put some celery in there. Now, what some of you might not know, and this has really encouraged me to do this, so stick with me, because I think if you know why something's good for you, and it will really motivate you to actually do it. At least it's really motivated me, because before I just did it because it was the thing to do, but I didn't really quite understand why. And now that I know why, I'll tell you what, I'm super encouraged to do this. So anyway, celery has vitamin A, C, and K in it. And vitamin A is really good for skincare, your nails, your hair. So what's not to love about that? Also, it's really good for your digestive system and for your heart health. Also has antioxidants that play a huge role in preventing disease. They also help to reduce inflammation. And I don't know about you, but it seems to me that the older I get, the more I notice inflammation. Like my rings will get really tight because everything's inflamed. So the thought that something is going to help with inflammation, really encouraging. The next thing I'm going to put in there is cucumber. Now, cucumber is obviously very hydrating because it's got a lot of water in it, which is really good. And it's also rich in electrolytes. Now, people buy these drinks off the shelf that probably have all these other things added to them to replenish the electrolytes in their body. You know, when you sweat out a lot of salt, and you got to replace it to keep your energy levels up. Well, cucumbers do that for you. They do all sorts of things. They also are an anti-inflammatory, and they have potassium and magnesium in them, and a really good source of vitamin C. And we all know that vitamin C is really good for immune health, building up your immune system. So that is always an advantage, especially as we're heading into the winter months, and we know that we're all going to start living closer to one another. Always a benefit to have a good immune system. Something else I did not know, something I didn't know about cucumbers, is they are a good aphrodisiac. They're really good for your libido. And well, I don't know if I'll tell you if that's true or not, but apparently that's a health benefit of eating cucumbers. They also promote bone health, which as we get older, and especially for us women that we are my age group now, we have passed through our menopause stage, and bones can get brittle, and we want to take care of our bone health. So great plus here with the cucumber improving our bone health. They also are very good for your skin because they help promote the creation of collagen. Now, I've been taking a collagen powder, and it's really helping, but it tastes really, really gross. So I'm excited to replace this with something, with a cucumber, which is way cheaper to buy cucumbers than it is to buy powdered collagen. The next thing that's going into my juicer is going to be these beets. Now I took them out of the package and put them in here because the juice of beets does stain, so I just want to reduce the mess. So they've been out of the package, everything's been washed, ready to go. Beets are a really good source of calcium, iron, potassium, and protein. They're really good at lowering blood pressure, and they also are good for fighting inflammation as well. So I'm expecting to see, hoping to see a reduction in inflammation as a result of doing the juicing. Also, it helps to improve brain health, and I can't emphasize enough how important brain health is, and so much more as we're getting older, that we take care of this. So important. It also is good. It's also a good anti-cancer. Has really good anti-cancer properties in it, as actually does celery and cucumber. So great items to put in your juicer. They are also good to control blood vessel damage because they have vitamin B9 in them, which helps to protect your blood vessels, which I think is really important, and also excellent for boosting immune health. I also like to add apples into my juice because they add a sweetness to the juice that all these other things don't add. Apples also are good to lower your cholesterol and your blood pressure. They're high in fiber, so they're really good for your digestive system. Actually, everything here is really good for your digestive system. Also really good for immune health, and it has a lot of antioxidants in them, which also help with reduction in cancer. Also helps to reduce the risk of a stroke. So really, you've probably heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, I don't like eating apples, but I love the way they taste in the juicer. So that is a health benefit that I think is a huge plus. And the last thing that I'm going to put in my juice are carrots. Now, carrots are a good source of vitamin A, which is also in celery, which is very good for your hair. Now, I experienced a lot of hair loss due to a thyroid issue that I have. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how well this is going to help my hair. And apparently cucumbers are supposed to also help reduce hair loss. So I'm going to keep track of this and see how well that works. So anyway, again with the carrot, just like everything else, it helps the vitamin K and the beta carotene, really good for bone health, which as I stated earlier, for us girls who, as we're getting older, our bones get brittle and we are at higher risk of fractures and just having brittle bones, and also losing our mobility because of our bone deterioration. So I can't stress enough how important this is. I'm really looking forward to drinking this, because not only do I know that this tastes super good, but I know now how good this is for me. Carrots also are going to help your heart health and lower cholesterol. So for those of you who have cholesterol problems, high cholesterol problems, those of you who suffer from diabetes and want to lower your health risks, I would say that these 4 vegetables are definitely going to help with that. And so I'm going to chop everything up. I'm going to put it in my juicer and I'm going to juice away. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add all the vegetables, and then I'm going to add the apples last. And when I'm finished doing all this, I will tell you why. Okay, so I've juiced all the vegetables and I have all the juice here. And this is where I wanted to stop and show you now when we take the lid off. We have, well, what we have here is a royal mess. And what I'm gonna do is very carefully tip this to the side. I just wanna let you know, just give you the heads up. If you're gonna use beets and you are in a small apartment like I am, like I have quite a small kitchen here, be careful when you put your beets in. Make sure you've got the little cover thing on top first, because your beets will splatter all over the place. How do I know? Because that just happened to me. Did not catch that on the video, but I made a huge mess. So it even got on my clothes. But what I want to show you now is all the pulp that's left that really discouraged me from juicing before, because I used to chuck it all away, but I'm not going to this time. So as you can see here, I'm going to remove this part of the machine, if it'll let me. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm just going to put that on the side here, and I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to grab all this, and I'm going to put it into this bowl. See all this pulp? I used to throw this away, and I always used to think, you know, like, what a waste, right? Like, this is such a waste of food. So this time I'm not wasting it. I'm going to take all of this, and I am going to put it in a freezer bag, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. I'm going to put this in the freezer, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with it. I had to start pouring this one because when I added the apples, I didn't have enough space in here, so I'd already had to pour some out. So this is how much this makes. Really happy with that. I'm gonna put the lids on those and stick those in the fridge. One thing that I highly recommend that you do after your juicing is don't just put your stuff in the sink and leave it there to dry and make it so difficult to wash. I will take this right to my sink right now, and I'm gonna rinse it off, and everything comes off easily. And it helps you to stay motivated, because there's a lot of parts on here, and sometimes it's discouraging when there's so much cleanup. So I highly recommend everything straight into the sink. Get rinsed off right away. You know what I find most remarkable? It always astounds me. Here in the scriptures, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 11, it said, God said, "Let the land produce vegetables, plants yielding seeds, and tree on the land bearing fruit, with seeds in it according to their kind." And it was so. The land produced vegetables, plants yielding seeds according to their kind, and the trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kind. God saw that it was good, and it certainly is good. Not only is this good for your health, everything that God has created is good for your health. God cares that we live a good, healthy life upon this earth, and He's made it possible for us to do so by producing the most incredibly delicious, good, nutritious fruit and vegetables for us to eat. And I can say that this juicing is definitely really tasty, and one way to ensure that you're getting all the nutrients and vitamins that you need in order to live a healthy life. So anyway, I hope that you got something out of this video. If you did, would you consider subscribing? Maybe press the like button, that would really help me. Leave a comment and share this video with a friend. Anyway, that's really all I have to say for now. I hope that you have a wonderful day and God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.